Wade in the water. Wade in the water. Alright, test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. Welcome everyone. Co-op time with my buddy Judas Priest. Alright, just checking the game volume here super fast. And we're gonna do Brutal Plus, which is gonna further expose how much better Judas is than me, which is always entertaining. We'll see if I can do worse than the 11% kill rate that happened in the mutation from before. Alright, boost STARCRAFT sound. So, I don't have my eyes in. I'm not wearing glasses and I can't get my contacts to work. And I didn't sleep much last night, so I'm playing a little blurry, half blind. Judas claims that it's sort of like drunken, you know, boxing or whatever. I'll actually be better. I think that was a sly insult against me, but it was very clever. So Judas, I'll let it slide. I don't know if he's on the stream yet. All right, let's close what I don't need. By the way, Mensk with the stogie there is Judas, because we still don't have a cam on him yet. All right, just doing a little leveling because I have my mic. Sort of hard to tell at times. Let me just do a little sound check here on the main menu. Jump between a few things. There we go. There's the sound effects. All right. No, might be a little too high. Ba. So I'm gonna be leaning in, guys. So I'm gonna try not to shout and turn my mic a little bit because I literally can't see amazingly at the moment. Slight adjustment of the mic. I did so many years of so many podcasts, get neurotic about the sounds. There he is. There's Judas. Judas, welcome. I don't know if you heard my earlier comments. I am challenging myself to do even worse than the mutation with my 11% kill rate. To further show how much better you are than me at this. World, I actually have a great treatment for bad vision when you don't have glasses or contacts, and it's called cannabis. Legal in the United States. So I'm gonna try something that might make me more blind, which is to take a couple hits from this fully legal Delta 8 vaporizer. Freedom! Alright. So Judas is leveling up Han and Horner, who are a great duo in the single player and have hilarious banter in the co-op as well. Just to show you guys right here. And so they actually some units are Hans and some are Horners, but they work together. But mostly they just have really destructive call-downs and so forth. Their units look awesome, but apparently are not amazing. Judhas is level 9, I think. So we're helping him level. And I'm not going to prestige Nova quite yet to the final one, Infiltration Specialist, because I'm not excited about it, and I'll be even less useful. So let me just check my power set points here. Alright. My units are going to be dying faster than I can heal. So we'll put a little bit more into Nova. Energy regeneration, Griffin airstrike discount. And yeah, happy to have Judas here as always, and we'll see if I can contribute anything to this. You good, man? Any thoughts for the listeners, the watchers? How's the sound and visuals on your end? So Judas can see and hear me, but he just is going to be talking through Twitch. And since the Twitch chat doesn't transfer over to YouTube the way I do it, I'll be reading some of Judas's comments out loud, so you can hear the banter, because I know most of you guys have been checking me out on YouTube, and I'm still getting hundreds of hits a week or more, so thank you guys. Judas says, don't buy Haunted Hoarder, it's boring as fuck. I already own it, man. I got some of these for free with various other things I bought. I can't remember who I've actually bought. Let's see. I don't own Alarak. I don't own Abathur. Let's see. I have Swan, Zagara, Artanis. Oh, Judas, was Artanis the one you played the other day and you texted me and was just like, I fucking hate Artanis and I'm never using him again? After we talked about how he had potential. Kerrigan, obviously, I need to level big time, and Rainer. Stukov is craziness. Own him, haven't used him. Phoenix, I like. Don't have Dahaka, don't have Tychus, Zeratools, Stepman, and we'll do some Mengsk as well, because Mengsk is just such a fun character to play with. He's not that bad of a commander. Oh, I thought maybe you're just frustrated. I thought I remember getting a quick message after you were doing something with Artanis being like, fuck this guy. Yeah. Okay. So we're playing Brutal Plus, which is way harder than I normally play. We did the mutation. Soldier of Fortune, P1 Nova. Again, if you guys are new, after you level up and get the special abilities, you get what are called mastery points, which increase different power sets, buffs for different commanders, and then you then have an ability to go through 3 prestige levels where you have to re-level them from 1 to 15. But you get a big advantage and then an attached disadvantage. Soldier of Fortune, which is P1 Nova, as they say, prestige, and pretty much agreed by the good Nova players to be the best, is basically I can build a barracks, a factory, or a starport first in any order, but whatever I build first builds their units way faster, and the other 2 build slower. So it's more specialized, but you can churn out mostly starport units, which are very powerful with Nova. Tactical Dispatcher I thought would be fun, and I've used a little bit on more regular difficulties. 'Cause you can use Tactical Airlift to jump all over the place, but you don't have your airstrike as much. Infiltration Specialist sounds super cool, which is you get Super Cloak. Which means even things that can detect cloaking normally can't detect her, and she gets a much bigger radius and lower cooldown for her call down abilities, but you don't have your combat suit, which is a big feature of Nova, that you can switch to the more, you know, melee level, taking out lots of weak units thing. Usually, you know, Zergs and infested Terrans. But also you can attack or use snipe, or else you lose super cloak for 4 seconds, which on most levels will just kill her immediately. So you can scout everywhere and anywhere with no punishment. So if you have a good partner that has got cooldowns and long distance stuff, is great. But you have to remember not to attack and use your snipe carefully, or not at all. Judith says just finished leveling him. Does that mean you finished? I can open it up because I have his stuff. The prestiging or just the leveling? By the way, guys, now that I'm at above level 90, the mastery power set thing, I can't add any more. So at this point, when I'm not leveling a character, like in this first mission I'm playing fully leveled Nova, you're doing it for ascension points, which is just a pat on the back basically, or to help someone else level. So if you're new, if you're having trouble on harder levels, suggestion, and then we'll get into this, is play on easier level with people who know even less than you and try and help them out. It's a cool way, relaxing way to play, even though you don't get nearly as many points. Alright, so Judas has level 15 P3. Oh, Judas, I also made a reference to Judas Priest before. Are you a fan of Judas Priests? Because I know that your name Judas is a play on Judas, and you being it's funny, guys, you might not know it with the name Judas, and he's kind of a boss, very confident guy, but he plays a priest or healer in RPGs, which I also love playing clerics as well. Yeah, he just said the same thing. I love playing clerics. And Judas, I know we haven't played a lot of the same RPGs, but it would be fun to talk about which ones we have played the same, and how we played our various cleric and healer characters. But I do not believe Judas is either a World of Warcraft or a Dungeons & Dragons guy, which is totally cool, because I've only gotten to that stuff more recently. Even if none of the games are in common, RPGs work certain ways. It's a comparable thing. It would be fun to talk about those early, in the 90s and 2000s, early MMOs, MMORPGs. I could grab some footage from YouTube of the ones you played and I played, and do a little old school RPG retrospective. So, alright, so what did Judas attain? So here's the third prestige for Artanis. Okay, advantage. Orbital strikes Warpin, Unbound Fanatic. Ooh, a Fanatic. Throws off damaging energy and lasts 15 seconds. Okay. That's like Nova's holographic double, maybe? Shield overcharge is now targeted. So it's not everyone. But it's reduced by 50% cooldown, so it's fast and it's cheap. Fast but better. Yeah, I rarely... Well, you know I don't use Nova Assault Mode much anyways, but I just forget to use the Holo Decoy. The disadvantage to P3 Artanis is Orbital Strike, costs 50 energy. Guardian Shell is disabled. Okay, just 2 quick questions about this, because I'm actually curious, and then we'll start. First question is, how big is the shield overcharge area of effect? AoE, as we say. Because this could be really fun to play with Nova, where you could supercharge me as I charge up the ramp and invade the bases. So that was my first question, was how big is the overcharge? Right. It's global on regular tennis, obviously. So the question is, what is it? It's now targeted. So targeted on who or whom? It's like almost the whole screen. So about the size of a orbital command scan. By the way, congrats to Maru and the Terrans for dominating the world of StarCraft. Nice work, Maru. Okay. And final question about Artanis, and we'll start, is Guardian Shell being disabled. I know you're going to say you don't care. Is Guardian Shell overrated in general? I mean, is it ever something you fall back on? Because I almost never even think about Guardian Shell when I'm playing Artanis. Yeah. The reason you see in my power set right now that I have the Guardian Shell and not what I should, which is the shield overcharge duration, was just because I was trying a weird build. Oh, wait. Oh, you're saying that's the best support spell? I thought you were saying... Oh, you're saying it's not? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so I wasn't totally off. I thought you were saying, no, it sucks. You're saying, no, it's not overrated. What do you do for your other power sets? I'll put them in and jump over to Nova. I'll play some Artanis later. Of course, I have to do a Valorous whatever first, where combat units are expensive, like with Karax, which I hate. And specifically, is their abilities are doubled, which is great if you're great at doing storms and you know, all the sort of finicky high micro special powers of Protoss. I am not, but I'll have to work through it. All right, so he says speed warp and max speed increase. What's the default for speed? Speed. What is it's 30 seconds, right? For warped in units? Non-masteried, you get a 30-second bump for warped in units. Or because plus 60% is really damn good. Without mastery, it's 0? Oh. Oh, so it's not just a buff. You can tell I've not played Artanis in a while. It's you're getting the ability and then buffing the ability. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Without mystery, it's 0%, so that means let me just look this up super fast. Let's see. Warp speed mastery equates to a free stim packs for 60 seconds. Or 30 seconds, excuse me. It still doesn't say what it does. So why does it say 60% then? If the ability doesn't exist without the mastery. Oh, I see. The 60% is applied to the listed qualities, not to the overall ability. Okay, that makes sense. And Judith said the final one is not that important, which I have heard. Artanis doesn't have great Spear of Adun things. So with other but I also don't use Chrono Boost as much as I should. When you're playing Artanis, are you constantly Chrono Boosting? Or do you pick a few things? Most people go for energy, really? But what are his cooldowns even? I mean, he rarely runs out of solar energy. Orbital Strike is not great. Shield Charge is limited by its cooldown. The cooldowns are just either not amazing or don't need it. Like Solar Bombardment, you're just waiting for it, right? You're just waiting for Solar Bombardment. Not be very good. But it's not like Vorazun. I mean, with Vorazun, you know, there's at least one or two that you can get a lot of. So like if you look at my Vorzun, which I prestige, guys, and oh my god, I am so bad at Vorzun with no special abilities. I need to get through these first two or three with Vorzun because I'm really bad with her. And I'm still mad that she only has essentially 6 or 7 units to choose from in the game, and that she's not on the board. She should be. But anyways, if you look at her stuff, where it's Spear of Adun energy versus Chrono Boost efficiency, just like Artanis. In this case, I put it in Spear of Adun energy because she's got dark pylons that can cloak, you know, entire bases and other more useful stuff. Judith says people go for energy for orbital strike and shield overcharge. Chrono Boost. Max out on eco faster. Sure, of course. You dump it on your ally's most important building. Yeah, I mean you'd put it on my star. Well, no. If I was P1 starport, you would actually put it on not my starport, right? Because it's already getting boosted. Or maybe you'd boost. Can you boost a tech lab? You would put it in the starport, but can you boost a tech lab? Okay, because with Nova's cheap upgrades, especially when I've chosen starport, for example, just to show you guys the units, Liberator, Raven, and Banshees are all pretty amazing. With her cheap things and the fact that you have so few units with Nova and they're powerful and you just want to protect them, make them more powerful, I tend to go for all the upgrades I can at once when I have the money because they're really cheap with her extra upgrades. So if Judhas and I really cared about efficiency, I would text him to chrono boost one of my tech labs right when I click on all the research for them, I guess, right? I'd be like, yo, Judhas, Starport Tech Lab, hit it with a CB, with a CB, something like that, or maybe armory, maybe the armory to go get through all the armory weapons. Actually, yeah, actually, it would probably make the most sense, especially in a fast game, for you to just hit the armory, because I'm always building something in the armory. All the weapons and then all the armor if I still have money and time or so forth. So that's what we're gonna do. So guys, I'm probably gonna default. We'll see the mission, but I'll probably do Starport first, which is a bit of a slower build, but it gets super powerful. So we'll see how this goes. Oh shit, dude! I clicked talk to the dispatcher. I'm glad I caught that. I do not want that. Soldier of Fortune. All right, well, thank you, Judhas. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will be heading into this mission in 3, 2. All right, so it's late. I'm bleary-eyed. I didn't sleep last night, and then I just watched like 5 hours of the GSL finals. Totally worth it. So I'm either going to be amazingly good, 5% chance, or just blind, which is 95%. Oh god, not the Vermilion problem. Ugh. God, I hate this has become my least favorite by far.
In the rear with the gear. Huh? Yes.
We don't have
The resort world
All
of
right.
Viridia was once a jewel in the Dominion's crown. Today that jewel
Well, I'm going to go
metaphorically and by lava.
I'm going to go Starport just cuz, even though they can get hit by lava as well.
Workers must refuel the stabilizer. Let's join the mission already in
All right.
progress.
All right, Judhas, my APM is taking a little while to
4,000
kick into gear here. So just fair warning.
Every few minutes, the lava is truly a force of nature. The lava lava is rising. Let's hope the forces down there can reach high ground safely.
I hate having to defend the central base here. I hate having to move my SCVs out. I can't tactically airlift them. Alright, so let's get that starport. We're still waiting for... Well, the nice thing is I can get my minerals saturated in the meantime, but I really want to get... Alright, there's the starport. Alright, let's try and do a little Sim City, as they call it here. Alright, so there's that, and then immediately I want to get a barracks. Let's put it up there. And, you know what? Since I have an amazing player with me, I'm going to be super greedy and go right for the factory.
Trying to gather those before the lava sweeps them away. You scared me. What's going on?
And I'm going to be even greedier and get my engineering bay.
Crystals, the stabilizer stabilizes, prolonging the coming doom by a few more.
Stabilizer stabilizes. Alright, so there's the tech lab for the starport.
SCV ready.
I'm still just finishing my economy as quick as possible here.
Who says seismic activity is increasing?
Let's see, Terran, looks like the bad guys are Dominion Battle Group. A lot of air units. Oh god. Well, I picked the wrong.
Right now.
That's my air units against their air units.
Hostile forces sighted. Be on alert.
I don't even know what to build at this point. Alright. And finally, the armory.
That's one hell of
There's Nova Girl at least.
Seismologist Terry estimates the planet has 4 minutes.
Alright,
remaining.
so let me just check my hotkeys super fast.
Looks like the lava has fully receded.
Alright, well, we're definitely going to get a Raven and start researching Raven.
Lost time.
And we're going to get...
Allied forces are
Ban-
under attack. I'm reading you.
Allied forces are under attack. What are you doing?
Got it.
I have no units. What's going on with my gas production? Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to be forced to use Marines, which I'm actually okay with. And then we'll start saving some money.
That last. Upgrade complete.
I say that we're going to save money until... Alright, so I need a plan here. Hold on. This is always a mission I rush into. So I need to... SCVs are their own thing.
Upgrade is ready for use.
Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out...
Nova here.
Alright, hold on one sec.
Hostile sighted inbound on our base.
Something's going on off screen. I can't really tell what's going on.
Confirm that last
Alright.
complete.
Alright.
Our seismologist believes
Let's see, what bad guys do we have here? Here we go. We'll just snipe these guys.
Terry, this is boring science.
Okay, so the lava surge is coming. I gotta switch to my headphones,
Has
guys.
arrived once more, and UNN's film crew is
Alright, let's see if I can pick up the pace here. So we gotta build the second base and use these guys to do stuff. Alright. I'm just getting all my upgrades while I'm waiting for everything else to happen.
in the rear with the gear.
Confirm that last.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna try going this...
The lava surge is ending, viewers. But stay.
Why is my gas production so slow?
A lot more excitement to
This is like the
come.
slowest gas production of all time.
4 minutes until Viridia's cataclysmic end. Well, they can't hear me, but I'm sure the commanders know the pressure is on. Breaking news. The enemy forces are attempting to stop the commander's workers. We'll have more as the situation develops.
Defensive drone initiated. Confirm that last. Nova here. Status report. Upgrade is ready for use.
Wait, did we get 1 or 2? Did they kill?
Even with the odds against them, workers have managed to reach 25% stability.
Alright.
A truly unexpected accomplishment.
My units are moving super slow.
On the move. Allied forces are under attack.
Why do I have so much cash? What am I missing here?
Status report.
Alright.
Executing. We've got an enemy attack en route to our base.
Which base is the question?
Got it.
Where's my gas
Make
going?
it happen. Upgrade is ready for use.
Alright, I need to...
Over
Ugh.
here.
So I hate this. I have to micro...
That last.
my units. Ugh, I hate this.
Upgrade complete.
And here comes more bad guys, which means... Let's get some defenses
Say
going
again.
here.
Prime for launch.
Whoops!
Over here.
That was not amazing, but at least my guys didn't die.
Make it happen.
Alright, let's get another Raven, even though I don't have the money. Alright, let's see if I can get to the... Let's get to the center here, finally.
Another increase in
Hurry up,
size
guys, get over here.
A lava surge is coming. Will
Get
this
over here.
finally be the big one?
I don't trust it, I'm gonna waste $200.
Enemies are heading for us. Don't let them catch you off guard.
The lava surge is back, viewers.
Jesus
Let's
Christ.
watch as the low ground is engulfed in molten rock and fire.
Say again. Got it.
What's going on? A molten salamander has emerged from the lava. Conservationists say they're endangered. But who's in danger now?
Anything spinning up?
Three.
Alright. Finally get some banshees.
Screaming.
What I really need is gas more than anything.
The lava has receded once more.
I don't know where I'm
leaving both
supposed to put my
Bizzled
base.
and destruction in its wake.
I'd like to put my base down, dude. Oh god.
Time to play defense.
Uh-oh.
I'm reading you.
Uh-oh. That's a bad situation, guys. I got no money. I got no money. This is a horrible situation. My command center is going down.
Allied forces are under attack.
And they destroyed my command center because I didn't repair it enough.
Confirm that last. Eyes up. Our ride's here. Nova here.
Alright, well, in the meantime... Wait, these refineries are out?
What's going on?
Oh, I don't have anywhere to put it.
You scared me.
And I have no money.
Status report.
Ay, 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 ay.
Bad news? You're the boss.
Confirm that last.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I don't have, I was just able to buy it.
Acknowledged.
More lava? Coming soon?
So I gotta wait.
I don't believe you. Admit it. You're desperate for attention, Terry.
Sorry, Judas.
Another lava surge has come. We'll have more.
Still working on the command center. Jesus Christ.
We are 4 minutes away from the planet's destruction. Keep watching.
Come on, command center. Come on.
Coverage. It looks like the salamander has resurfaced. If the commanders
There we
are
go.
going to do
Okay.
Something now just might be the time.
Okay, it's resurfaced, but I got nowhere to go, and I got no money. And I gotta get money super fast here.
SCV ready.
Because I can't build
We are hearing that the lava
my
is
second
receding,
base.
and the race to reactivate the stabilizer
or do really
is
anything
now.
until
I'll make it happen.
I get some money. So in the meantime, we're gonna go and reinforce
Strictly business.
and head towards where Judas is over on the left side there. I hate when my
Acknowledged.
own friendly units are,
Begin the
Allied
attack.
forces are under attack.
Alright, guys.
Allied forces are under attack. Confirm that last.
I'd help him, but I have no money.
Say again. Acknowledged.
One of the only things I can buy actually is a Raven, which is always a good investment.
Allied forces are under attack. Enemies on the offensive. Prepare to defend.
Let's see. I could put a shield on him,
Say
but
again?
I think he would probably tell me to not do that.
On the move.
All right, fuck it.
Got it.
We're going out. Do something,
Now
anything.
clear.
Order accepted. Right away. Job confirmed.
Ah! You scared me! Terry, the counter shows 2 minutes left.
Okay, he's going for those. He's going for those.
Okay, good.
God damn it.
Oh, look, something's coming to murder us again.
Confirm that last. Say again. That'll cost more minerals than we have.
Unbelievable.
Allied forces are under attack.
Unbelievable.
This is Donnie Vermillion reporting that the stable
Unbelievable.
50%. Workers are moving as fast as they can.
Workers are building as fast as they can.
Base is under attack. Nova here. Need more minerals.
Ugh, Christ.
Rumbling has begun. I expect we'll be seeing
Sorry,
a
guys.
surge soon. And a big one.
There goes everything.
We don't have enough minerals.
There goes the whole game.
The lava is hitting now. Let's go live to the planetary feed. Well,
Now this is my main base.
Say again.
And there's nothing I can do about it.
Salamander has resurfaced. I normally don't editorialize, but that thing looks angry.
Everyone in the ship. Our base is under attack.
It looks like that surge is finally over with. Let's watch the commanders get back to work.
Alright.
Confirm that last. Allied forces
Get
are
back
under
to work.
attack.
That's funny.
Acknowledged.
Only I could pick them up.
I'll make it happen.
Come on, guys.
I'm going. The timetable says workers should be collecting crystals by now. Makes you wonder, did Valerian choose the wrong
No,
allies?
Valerian did not choose the wrong allies. It just looks like it because I'm
Seismologist
horrible.
Terry estimates the planet has 4 minutes remaining. Let's see if you're right, Terry. SCV ready.
Still trying to get any kind of economy going here so I can rebuild that base.
Consider it done. En route. On the move.
In the rear with the gear.
Status report.
Alright.
Strictly business.
We can at least try and defend here a little bit or something.
Say again.
Fuck it, I'm just dropping a nuke on someone. 'Cause I just don't give a shit anymore.
Another quake. Another lava surge coming soon. Trust Donnie
Uh-oh.
to get you the updates you need.
Uh-oh.
An update. The
Uh-oh, big problems. Nova's dead.
Eyes up. Our ride here.
flames spread as the molten salamander
Alright.
surfaces. Will the Dominion's allies intervene, or leave this creature unchecked?
Alright. I got Nova. I've got. Oh no, I gotta get Nova. She's about to. I don't even know where she's coming from.
Enemy combatants in motion. They're headed our way.
Which way are they headed?
I like to think the lava moves the crystals around. Terry says that's unscientific.
Alright, here we go.
Don't listen to Terry.
Status report.
Alright. Let's do some.
Initiating fleet
Allied
maneuvers.
forces are under attack. Allied forces are under attack.
Woof.
Sabotage. Status report. En route.
Come on.
Got it.
Get out of the way.
Our forces have opened fire.
Get out of the way.
Done. Allied forces are under attack.
Bad news?
Alright.
On
Doing what we should be doing, should have been doing from the
Our
beginning,
forces have engaged the enemy.
which is
Confirm that last.
try and help Judas rather than do stuff myself.
Allied forces are under attack.
Alright. I mean, Liberator's just not gonna happen.
SCV ready. Gotcha.
We're about to have company. Enemy forces are gunning. for
Which
us.
base?
SCV ready.
Probably the main base, eh?
Got it.
Alright, let's see what we can drop here as a secondary force.
Awaiting order.
Status report.
We're 4 minutes away from the planet's destruction. Keep watching UNN for constant coverage.
Alright, here we go.
System.
Come on, get out of there.
Activity rocks the surface of Viridia Prime. The lava won't be too far behind.
Allied forces are under attack. Launch detected.
Nuclear launch detected.
Watch the low ground, viewers.
Jesus Christ.
The action is.
Alright.
Upgrade is ready for use.
They got a lot of air units, guys. They got heavy air.
The commander has resurfaced. If the commanders are going to do something, now just might be the time. Gotcha. What's going on? SCV ready. You're the boss. Ah! You scared me. As quickly as it surges, the lava recedes.
All
Now
right.
it's up to the workers to reach those new crystal formations in time.
Finally get some liberators.
Allied forces are under attack.
Judas will be happy about that.
Say again.
Well, I don't know.
Confirm that last.
Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
The commander's workers should collect the crystals and bring them to the stabilizer soon. We'll be here when they
Whoa,
begin.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Hostile sighted inbound on our base.
Not cool.
I'm reading.
Not cool. That means more, you guys are getting more liberators than ravens.
They've reached the 2-minute mark. Hopefully they start.
Well, I'm gonna have to try and take care of,
Engineering at your disposal.
Standing by. I'm reading you.
take care of this invasion that's coming.
Nuclear warhead armed and ready. Consider it done. I'm reading it.
Alright, that went pretty well.
Acknowledged.
That went pretty well. Gotta upgrade the liberators quickly. My ghosts. But we need strike Goliaths. They got so much anti-air.
Strictly business.
They have so much anti-air. So I'm actually gonna build some strike Goliaths.
Of the low ground had better be underway.
To deal with.
We have a nuke to deal with? Where? Oh no! No! Can I use a...
Salamander resurfaces.
Oh, let's see if this does anything.
Allies intervene or leave this creature unchecked.
Did we
No
get
time
him?
for romance, husband.
Did we get him?
Enemies
Looks
are
like we
on the
got
way.
him. Okay. Looks like we got him. Maybe.
Nova here.
It looks like the surge is over. For now.
Alright, where are we going now?
But when the burning tides rise again, we'll be there.
Whoa! Yikes! We're gonna have to do a lot of... Uh-oh.
Crushing defeat. And in my humble opinion, the
Guys,
falls
1000% my fault. From the beginning, I was thrown off by the mission, and my build order sucked. It was terrible. Judas did everything possible. We should not have lasted nearly that long. You right-click the crystals? What does that mean? You right-click the crystals to the circle? Yeah, they stop. There's a million reasons I hate this mission. Hold on. There's a million reasons I hate the mission. I can't use Nova's tactical airdrop with the SCVs, so that's worthless. SCVs move at a weird rate. They hang around that circle all the time. Sometimes I have to micro all the other units like completely out of the way, and I'll right click the circle and they'll still not do it. Alright, what did we accomplish? Somehow I still managed to kill almost 150 units. Total scrap resources. Amount of time carrying crystals. Me, 0, obviously. Wait, hold on one sec, Judas. I just need to treat my eyes real quick. Mensk is Judas, by the way. Mensk with the giant cigar. Let me make him a little bit bigger there. Alright, Judas, so I'm looking at chat. So, I know what I did wrong in that mission. And about 50% was just things I can do better, and 50% is just me being totally overwhelmed. Judas is grabbing water, and then we'll get a little post-game for how and why that went so wrong. Diffusion, said Jesus. I'm not sure what that means. I'm just gonna start calling you Jesus. It's just much easier to say than Judas. Or Little Jesus, like Little Horus in Warhammer 40k. 40k lore drop, Little Horus. If any of you listeners comment or email what Little Horus's real name is, as one of the heads of the Sons of Horus from Warhammer 40k, hit me up and I'll send you a t-shirt or something. Okay, so you can't actually see the chart, I don't think. I have an overlay, which shows the stats. This looks to be while Judas is grabbing his water, a good time to find my overlay. I have an overlay thing so that you guys can see it, but I'm just not seeing it anywhere. Oh, you know what? I bet it's a URL, and I'm just an idiot. I bet it's a fucking URL. Because it just shows it some advanced stats from the co-op missions. Okay, so, let's see. I must have it under either Nova or SC2. Let's see. There it is. Co-op overlay. Finally, I found it. Hold on one sec, Judas. Hold on. Hold on. Right, it's in, okay. Just give me one sec, pal. So anyways, my one question for the post game, while I get the overlay up real quick, and then we'll go into the second mission. What within abilities that you know I do have, as opposed to abilities I don't have, other than just not be so sloppy and my brain is just everywhere, could Nova contribute to a mission like that, especially at the difficulty level, and with you doing what you're doing. 'Cause I just felt useless immediately and it distracted me. Alright, where is it? StarCraft 2 overlay. Where is it? Overlay, overlay. I know it's here. I know you're here. Hotkeys, blah, blah, blah. Archive proto streaming. Yeah, the libs, obviously the Goliaths. Okay. Alright, there's hotkeys. I'm not using that. Alright, I'm an idiot. I found it. I finally found it, dude. We won't have to do this again. But I've been wanting to get this back in. Layout.html. Okay, there it is. Praise Jesus, I found it. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to throw this into my OBS. That lineup just sucks for us anyways because eventually they get battle cruisers. Yeah. Okay, so this layout thing. So, alright. So, now it should, you guys should be able to see it. I can't tell though. Is it showing up as visible? Oh, that's okay. I know how to fix that. There we go. The vermilion problem. Now, can I go back in and still see it? So, yeah. I mean, my army supply, everything was absolutely horrible. Alright, but at least I was able to get that going there. Alright, let me put a couple drops in the eyes and we'll go. Judas wants to level. Judas hungry. You gotta feed hungry dogs, right? That's what that's what they say in The Dark Knight. The Joker is a dog chasing, just a dog chasing cars, but you still got to feed the hungry. All right. There's my okay-looking face, and do I want to change anything? I mean, at the brutal plus level, Judas. Is unit regeneration more or less important because of how fast the death happens? I'm just wondering if I should go back, because I've really been not actually spending a lot of time microing Nova in recent weeks, working on microing other units, so I've been taking points away from Nova, but now I'm wondering if I should put more back into Nova. I don't know if I'm getting an answer on that, so I guess we'll just leave as is. The energy regeneration, just 15%. It's just not that significant. It's not that significant. Regen is fine. Okay. Hold on, my mic cord is tangled. Alright, here we go. I still can't see. I'm gonna get right up on the screen here. 20-10 split. Okay. All right. We will try and do better. Or I will try and do better. But no promises, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, and go. All right, Void Thrashers. So Void Thrashers take damage from all sorts of stuff.
Man, am I glad to see the two of you. My base is getting slammed by these Void Thrashers, and it can't take much more. I'm too busy fighting fires in here to handle them myself.
All right, here we go.
Gotta destroy those Thrashers before they destroy this fortress.
This one is easier. What should I build first, Judas?
See that
Just
red
tell
number
me.
yonder?
What should I
That's
build
how a
first?
Thrasher appears on the battlefield. Get ready to welcome it.
Assault mode? Okay. So, okay, okay. It's Zerg, okay. So I'm actually gonna go barracks first, just to do it.
Go ahead. In the rear with the gear.
So Nova's gonna have to go to assault mode. So we gotta get her stuff going. I'm gonna get that economy going. Alright, we're almost at factory level. Alright, I guess I just build a starport first.
Sure thing. In the rear with the gear.
Upgrade is ready for use.
Alright, there's the barracks. There's the starport. And let's get factory going.
Add-on is up and running.
So,
No time for romance, husband. Enemies are on the way.
okay. Enemies are on the way. Let's see if I can get anything getting thrown. Throw anything at this. If you can hold on for a few seconds, I could probably get some Marines out. I'll get them out just in time.
More minerals for that. That looks like we're hunting Zerg today. Our allied base is under attack. We don't have enough minerals.
And they're getting wrecked by fucking not even Zerglings.
The wonders of modern technology.
Great.
Acknowledged. Upgrade complete.
At least we can help here.
Consider it done. Nova here.
At least we can help here. Okay, here we go. Alright.
Bad news.
All right, time to punch in. Your objective is to knock down that Thrasher.
I could blow that up in my sleep.
What's going on? You're the boss.
Add-on is up and running.
SCV ready.
I'm reading. Say again?
Alright, we gotta get Nova's assault mode thing going. But that's not gonna happen until we get... Okay.
Confirm that last.
Alright, we'll use what we got here.
Locked and loaded. Executed. Acknowledged. Bringing a defensive drone online. Void Thrashers are starting to burn a hole through the fortress's ceiling. So, you know, that seems bad.
I'll keep it as safe as I can. Crazed mercenary by my side.
Confirm that last. Hostile sighted inbound on our base.
All right, let's get those. Let's get those other bad guys. Or did you get them already?
I'm reading you. I'll make it happen.
The rifts are opening. Won't
All right.
be long before we gotta light up some thrashers.
All right, so we gotta check on the economy first here. I'm gonna need more guys for bases. I'm gonna need her penetrating blasts. I need all sorts of stuff. But we did barracks first, so let us get ready, prepare the way for ghosts here.
Upgrade complete.
Let's see. We'll throw a sabotage drone over here just to see what's going on. We'll throw some turrets around.
Say again.
All fleet personnel, move out.
Upgrade is ready for use. Seems like we could use a defensive drone. Status report.
Armed and ready.
Upgrade. Executing.
All right, there we go.
Nova here.
Where's Judas going? Is my question
Upgrade
at
is
the
ready for
moment.
use.
I guess I need to come
Status
back to the
report.
base.
En route.
Fortress is doing okay.
Acknowledged. Got
I'll
it.
come meet you in a sec, dude. But I gotta get my other base going. If there's any possible way.
I'm reading you. Say again.
But I'll bring more forces when I come back.
Status report. Strictly business. Upgrade complete.
I shall bring more forces when I come back.
Hostile forces sighted. Be on alert.
Gotcha.
Say again. Acknowledged.
Hostile forces sighted.
I'll
Okay.
make it happen.
The void thrashers are on the field. Take them out, commanders.
Move.
Ah! You scared me!
I'm reading.
All right, here we go.
Got it.
Let me just make sure to keep an
Allied
eye
forces are under attack.
on our.
On the move. Eyes up.
Allied
Right
base
here. Under attack. Activating defensive drone. Nuclear warhead armed and ready. Say again. Confirm that last. On the move.
Hey, the fortress is under attack.
Defensive drone initiated.
All right. If I can get my ghosts in here, this should help. I'm having a lot of lag.
Executing. Got it.
All right, we want to be going the other way.
Forces are under attack.
To be going the other way here. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Uh-oh. 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 No, 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 no. No.
Seems like we could use a defensive drone.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Shit.
Our enemies are picking up the base. Expect them soon. Bringing a defensive drone online.
The Void Thrasher has been destroyed. The Void Thrasher has been slain.
Acknowledged.
We don't really need to kill these guys, I suppose.
Strictly business.
All right.
How many of these thrashers are they gonna send? Better get ready to handle them.
So, because of all that, I missed my chance to get my second economy going. So, nothing I can really do about that
Over here.
except Try and make up for lost time. Upgrade
Dominion
infantry.
Lock and load. It's time to clear out some thrashers. Ha ha.
Loud and clear. Got it. Seems like we could use a defensive drone. Well, units, huh? Gonna detect
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me I don't have.
The fortress is under some pretty heavy fire. We gotta take these void thrashers down pronto. Would you look at that? An archangel. Probably a good idea to destroy it.
No, they're gonna kill my tanks before they can do anything.
Allied forces are under attack.
Terrible, terrible idea. Terrible, terrible idea.
Taking some serious heat here. Void thrashers ain't letting up.
Understood. We'll secure
Bad
the
idea, Jeans. Bad idea, Jeans. These are all bad ideas.
Oh, look, something's coming to murder us again.
Retreated with almost nothing. But we do know that Ghost was not necessarily a bad
Allied forces are
idea.
under attack. Need more minerals for that. Our base is under attack.
And so there goes our base. Judas, I don't know how you do this all the time, man. This is just... I mean, this is just like punishing yourself. This is just punishing yourself. They destroyed my base,
En route.
so I'm gonna destroy them.
Allied forces are under attack.
I have to destroy them. Now they're coming after the main base.
Consider. I'm reading. Defensive drone initiated. Upgrade is ready.
My fortress is taking some serious hits. Clear out those thrashers before it gets too hot to handle.
Jesus Christ.
Allied forces are under attack. I'm reading you. Got it. Acknowledged.
Jesus Christ.
Ghost reported.
Nova here. Confirm that last. Loud. Allied forces are under attack. Our SCVs are under fire.
Again? I got nothing to,
Activating defensive drone.
I got nothing to do. I can't do anything with them.
Loud and clear. Consider it done. Allied forces are under attack.
Come on, kill them, SCVs. This is hilarious. This is so funny. It worked, but I have no money.
Time to launch. Strictly business.
Alright, here we go.
Say again? Got it. Allied forces are under attack.
Here come the thrashers, commanders. Let's light them up.
Enemies are heading for us. Don't let them catch you off guard.
Fortress is under fire. If anyone wants to go and kill a void thrasher, I'd be much obliged.
I'll do my best to protect it. Especially from Mira.
A Void Thrasher's death
Whoop.
has been confirmed.
The fortress is taking heavy damage. We better start killing void thrashers like it's going out of style.
The enemy will never get past me.
Yeah, except she just did. Now we're all dead again. Because they saw my cloaking trick. And now there's more bad guys out here.
Loud and
I don't have money for
clear.
anything.
SCVs. Allied forces are under attack. Energy's too low.
Void thrashers
Everyone's
are trying to
dying.
burn a hole through the
Everyone's
fortress
dying.
wood. So, you know, that seems bad.
Everybody's dying, and I got no money.
This assault now.
I only defend Matthew usually, but I'll make an exception.
Void Thrasher slain.
Our base is under attack.
Sorry, Judas, I can't, man. I can't do it. My base is under attack. I got
Protector is
nothing.
set.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Fortress is coming down. We've got to abandon it.
And this is why I don't stream Brutal Plus, guys. This is why I don't stream Brutal Plus. I'm glad I have the house to myself this weekend, because I want to yell for that fucking bullshit! Judas, I feel like Karate Kid at the beginning of the first Karate Kid. And like... No, wait, don't start quite yet. Hold on. parched. I mean, we're only at the wax on, wax off level of things here. You compared to me. You're Mr. Miyagi, and I'm Daniel-san. Before that movie even starts, basically. I have no... I can't think of any possible micro and macro that I could do to have been more than, like, maybe 30% more helpful in that mission. I know you don't like to criticize and you like me to figure it out, but I'm asking you right now, if you were playing Nova during that mission, from my standpoint, what would you generally have done? I'm not saying I will do the same thing, but I would like to know what you would have done with Nova in that mission. But I kept losing money before carpet bombs. I mean, you say they wipe out the wave, but in the first one, the Vermilion mission or whatever, I kept doing that when they were attacking my primary base, and you know, I mean, there were still tons of units left, and so the base would go, or I'd have to jump back. I can't defend two bases. That's part of the problem. So I might have to go slightly old school in terms of Bizzle style Nova. And I'm having problems with lag also. I mean, I've told you that I don't have good airstrike aim. And the feature that you told me to add, which sounded great about, where is it? Where it says show control groups flyer helper. I've turned the flyer helper on to always. I'm still not totally sure what I'm looking at, but I'm having major lag, and specifically when I go to airstrike, it was down to just a few frames per second. I'm not making excuses. I'm not great at airstrikes, but I was having trouble even getting in and out of airstrikes without lag, and my mouse was, you know, choppy and moving all over the place, and so I was going for speed. It didn't really make that much of a difference. Yeah, I mean, the lag has been bad with us in general on these missions, but we do something like that, or when I get into just a huge battle with all your units and all their units. I mean, Han and Horner and Abathur, both are, you know, commanders that can lag the shit out of me, depending on where the players are. I know the principle of the airstrike, man. I'm not, my speed is, I'm looking at too many red dots on the screen at once. And so by the time I get there, yeah, I understand. I wasn't waiting on purpose. Judhas is saying, if you guys are watching the chat, you know, to aim the airstrike ahead of time before they destroy your base. I mean, admittedly, I'm not a great player. That I know, but knowing that and the execution of that is two completely different things. But my units, dude. Talk about my units. Forget about the airstrikes for a sec. I know you always want more airstrikes. Should I just be tailing you? And then watching the map with the other, like, should I just be supporting you? Because at least when I have to use money on defensive drones and stuff, I can include you on that. And then I can have the other eye watching my base. I don't know how to defend two bases with Nova on this level, though, man. I really don't. I mean, it's not like I'm close to a solution in my brain and I need to try a few things. I'm just completely, once the melees start, you know, if I had my full, you know, 80 to 85 to 90 supply Nova, like not fully maxed out, but when I have some tanks and liberators a little earlier in the game, obviously it would be a little bit different. Yeah, Juice was talking about getting my expansion quicker. That's always been a problem with me. I've actually gotten much better at it recently, but again, at brutal plus speed and level of attack, I've just been distracted by too many things. I also shouldn't be spending money on upgrades as early as I'm doing at these levels, because my units are just dying so fast anyways, that, yeah, the priority should be to get the first building and then get the second base going. Macro-wise, Judas, my issue is on normal and hard and even brutal when things are going well is I have a good idea of the saturation and the speed of the saturation of my SCVs. Brutal plus, though, I'm wondering, should I not be trying to fully saturate the first base? Like, you know, like out of the 21 working the minerals at the first Nova base, like how, at what point? Yeah, I thought it was the same too. Okay, well, we're gonna do one more on brutal, which theoretically I can actually win. Yeah, eco I was trying to do before everything else. I shouldn't have joined the battle. I should have gone to the second base. Would you have tried to defend my second base, though? Once it was up and saturating, and then they just went after it while we were attacking? I mean, should I have just let it go? Because then they immediately went after my first base. I also think I need to do... I know you're not a big fan of doing defensive structures and stuff, like, but I'm wondering if throwing up a few missile and gun turrets at the bases just to buy me time. Right, first map was Terran Air, counters us both. That's true. Second map was the worst enemy lineup in the game. You know, at some point, man, I wouldn't... what is it? Moves fast as fucking suicide, runs into everything expensive. Interesting. You're saying that the Void Shards map that we just did, that's generally the case already? It's just bad luck. Judas is being nice, saying it's bad luck. We could have gotten further though. I need to reharness my priorities, because as we play on harder levels, the gap between, you know, decent but not amazing players like me and really strong players like Judas, it increases, obviously, because the clock's going faster, the enemies are getting bigger, stronger, more, etc. I like doing a supportive role with Nova, but I normally just sort of adapt to the circumstances. But I'm wondering if I should just embrace the supportive role with what you're doing, and then just keep one eye to make sure my base doesn't get destroyed. Would you use static defenses at my bases? I know you're not big on static defenses. The tactical airlift, it's just not doing anything for me. Won't help. Yeah, they go through it too quickly. I'd like to do Phoenix at some point, man. Just because I can power up Phoenix much faster. But let's try one more with Nova, and we'll do Brutal instead of Brutal Plus. Oh, final question. I meant to ask you this first, and then we can do this. Which is, was my decision to go barracks first wrong? I mean, what would you have done on that map? Hold on, put some drops in. Not a good answer. Rex first gets spanked by Banelings. Right. Viper lineup. Yep. Yeah. Get spanked by Vipers and Scourge with the starport. You're not wrong, by the way. You told me a while ago when I was first trying to do libs, that the libs anti-air is actually better than it looks like on paper. And I think you're right about that. And I think one of the reasons to go starport first is when you can get 6 or even 8 liberators, they do start to become a decent anti-air force. And trying to micro that and micro the missiles from Ravens, which are a little difficult, as you know, even though they're powerful, and micro Nova. I mean, I didn't even get, in my control group, I didn't even get to the ghosts for EMPs or anything like that. Nova going shotgun, that's your best chance. I know you like to use Nova Assault more than me, but like in that mission, how can I just keep spamming Q and E with her when I've got all my other units? As soon as I focused on Nova Assault, everything else died. It's difficult. Right, but what I'm saying is, I know it was Zerg, but there were Ultralisks and a lot of large hybrids, and those are considered, I believe, armored creatures, and anti-armor for Nova is not in the shotgun. It's Marauders, Goliaths in the sky, and tanks. I was trying to get to tanks in both missions. If I get 4 tanks and 6 to 8 Liberators, 6 to 8 Ravens, I'm starting to feel good, but I just got nowhere near that. Yeah, the second one, tanks would have been horrible. Sorry, I meant to say I was going for tanks in the first mission. I was telling myself mentally to go for Liberators just out of desperation in the second mission, but everything was just wrong. So in terms of just Nova, in an attempt to me to get better with the Nova Assault mode, do you put what do you do with her power set 2 for Nova? Do you max out her power ability improvement? Because I'm starting to think I should start maxing Nova in general. It's because she's the one thing I have some control over. Okay. All right. Forget attack speed. This is actually how I used to do it, man. This is how I used to do it. That's how I used to do it. So we are going to go full on Nova ability and see if we can do anything to help here. Right, libs benefit so much from the attack speed. That's correct. Yes. Alright, well, since I'm gonna default to starport first on everything, I'm also not gonna worry about unit life regeneration, because I don't have time for it. Anyways, and I want to build a lot of Ravens. Alright. Screw it. Ah, the deceptively easiest mission in the game. We did this on mutation. Definitely doing starport. Alright, man. As usual, give me a few minutes and I'll see what I can do. And let's pray for less lag.
Glad you're here. Need a little help fulfilling a contract. Aim on shipping some nasty tech on board these trains.
Waves are big.
My job is to torch them, but my guys are late to the party. Now,
yeah.
I'm thinking you'd like to see those trains go up in smoke too.
Alright, well, I'm gonna follow your advice. That is my normal instinct, and get the economy going. We are going to get that economy going.
You scared me.
I'm gonna try a few things here. I'm gonna try a few things here with my base building. Try a few things here with my base building. Alright. I'm gonna try a few things.
Sure thing. SCV ready. SCV ready.
Try a few things.
In the rear with the gear.
Do we know what the units are yet?
SCV ready.
It's Zerg. Okay. Please don't be Banelings, seriously. Just hold out the first wave or two for me, and I'll get some good work in here. Hopefully,
Add-on complete.
get something I can at least use, and not lose immediately. All right.
Add-on is up and running.
SCV ready.
Now back to enemy combatants in motion. They're headed our way. Say again.
All right. Let's see what kind of headed our way they are. Whoa. Okay.
Consider it done.
Note to self.
Add-on is up and running. Confirm that last.
Armed and ready.
One of the trains is leaving its station now. Destroying it is your main objective.
Let's get this over with.
Upgrade is ready for use. Say again.
All right. There we go.
Upgrade complete. Confirm that last.
There we go. Got something going on.
Acknowledged.
My scanners are showing enemy Zerg in the region.
Time to play defense. Upgrade is ready for you. We've got an enemy attack en route to our base.
Main objective destroyed.
There's nothing we cannot do, husband.
Status report. Acknowledged. Upgrade complete.
All right.
Say again.
Yeah, that's right. I got fire bats. That's right. I need to get Nova's upgrades right now is really one of the main issues. Oh boy. Come on. Come on, Slow Nova.
Status research complete.
Come on, Slow Nova. God, you're so slow. You so slow.
Executing. Confirm that last.
Alright.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Looks like they've got another shipment leaving the station. Let's cause some delays.
Status report. Acknowledged. On the move. SCV ready. I'm reading you. SCV ready. Upgrade is ready. Seems like we could use a defensive drone. Upgrade complete. Not enough energy.
The main objective has been destroyed.
Die. Die. Die, 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 die. Alright.
Confirm that last.
I already screwed up one of my hotkeys. That's my other problem.
Say again.
Ghost reporting.
Got a new prime launch. No.
No time for romance, husband. Enemies are on the way.
Got it. En route. Allied upgrade is ready for attack. Loud and clear. On the offensive. Execute. Our forces have opened fire. Nova here.
Heads up. Another train's in transit.
Is ready for use. Consider it done. On the move. Our forces have opened fire. Upgrade complete. Strictly business. Nova here. Bringing a defensive drone online. Got it.
Fleet trajectory set.
Our forces have engaged the are under attack. Upgrade complete.
Yeah, lag is crazy, dude. Lag is crazy.
Main objective destroyed.
Kill confirmed.
Lag is crazy
Train's
pants.
booking it on the bottom track. If you want to catch it, you're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have to move fast.
Our forces have engaged the enemy. Strictly business. Nova here. Defensive drone initiated. Say again. Status report. Executing.
Alright.
We're about to have company. Enemy forces are gunning for us. Allied forces are under attack. Eyes up! Our ride's here. Status report. Our forces have opened fire. Activating defensive drone. Acknowledged. Status report. Our forces have engaged the enemy. Confirm that
They can't
last.
resist.
Trains are departing from both stations.
Alright.
Gotta move fast to hit them both.
Our forces have opened fire. Engine screaming. Status report. Allied forces are under attack. Allied forces are under attack. Time to play defense.
Whoops. Nope. Nope.
We're making good progress.
Nope. 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 Nope.
What
Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted.
Under attack.
Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted.
Loud and clear. Got it. Everyone in the ship. Go, go, go! Allied forces are under attack. Allied forces are under attack.
Our main objective has been destroyed.
Lost all my ravens.
Step
That's
closer
interesting.
To the end of this fight.
Say again?
That's interesting, man.
I'm reading you. Acknowledge.
Reporting for action.
Enemies on the offensive. Prepare to defend.
Incoming orders.
Confirm that last. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Status report. Allied forces are under attack. Activating defensive drone. Our allied
Yep,
base-
hurts not having ravens.
Nova here. Considering done.
How can we help?
Nova here. On the move.
Normally, I'd encourage robbing a train like this, but with these guys, it's probably safer to light it up.
Executing. Time to play defense.
Of course.
Status report. On the move. Strictly business. Done. I'm reading. Allied forces are under attack. Say again? Sabotage in progress. Confirm that last. Allied forces are under attack. Defensive drone initiated. Eyes up. Our rise here. Allied forces are under attack.
Main objective destroyed.
Ha! That was charming. Liberation is at hand.
Nuclear warhead armed and ready.
Easy.
Confirm that last.
Oh, look. Something's coming to murder us again.
Confirm that last.
Need something.
Status report.
Engine screaming.
Allied forces are under attack. Strictly. Our forces have engaged the enemy. Executed. Allied forces are under attack. Our forces have opened fire. En route. Loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
I'm reading you. Got it. Status report.
All fleet personnel, move
Got
out.
it. Strictly business.
Attention.
Confirm that last. Allied forces are under attack.
Contract offers a big bonus for hitting the trains on the third rail, but don't do it for me. Do it for the good of the sector.
Allied
Our
forces,
main objective has been destroyed.
they never stood a chance. Bringing a defensive drone online. Our allies,
Our main objective has been destroyed.
Well, this isn't all bad.
It looks all pretty horrible to me.
I'm reading you. Allied forces are under attack.
Hostile forces sighted. Be on alert.
Upgrade complete. Status report. I'll make it happen. Allied forces are under attack. Confirm that.
Bonus objective completed.
I'm reading you. We're at maximum supply. Allied forces are under attack. Our allied base is under attack.
I reckon they're running out of hardware to ship. Almost got them, commanders.
Speed.
Nova here. Acknowledged. Executing. En route. Allied forces are under attack. Allied forces are under attack.
Main objective destroyed.
Okay.
Beautifully so.
Okay. Okay. I feel like I have some self-worth. My self-worth
Darling.
is not totally gone. I'm blurry-eyed. I haven't slept. I'm hungry. The sun's coming out. I just got my butt whooped 2 previous games. And yes, this was brutal, not brutal plus, but I'm at 61 APM, 43% of the kills. Our kill count was really almost parallel. Got my full resource collection rate. Spec Ops as usual. 118 kills on 4 created. Banshees killed 8 with, 100, I'm sorry, with 8. So, you know, of my, my 532 kills, about half of them almost were Banshees, 8 Banshees and 4 Ghosts, which is awesome. I created 60 railgun turrets. More than half survived, killed 72. Nova's bombs killed 64. I still have to improve the airstrike, but I got better. Nova killed 56. As for Judas, Reaper, he made 70, lost most of them, but they had 164 kills. Magmines did a lot of damage. The Galleon, 108 kills, 6 created, 1 lost. Hellion, okay, and Strike Fighter platform. Judas, I'm aware of the fast expansion. That's what happens when I play Brutal instead of Brutal Plus, is my timing is not completely thrown off. And so I was ready for it. Although I did get lucky in not getting the expansion attacked too much. Because I couldn't have gotten all those tactical airlifts. That certainly helped though. So I had plenty of Griffin airstrikes. Have you leveled with Han and Horner yet? I'm just looking at the numbers here real fast. Damage Delta Train is almost even. Nova did okay damage. You're 10 now. Congratulations. So 2 questions. This is for me and for people who are somewhat new to this. So the Assault Galleon, right? So Assault Galleon's a big ship, but it's a flying barracks. So that's what creates units, but it's on the go, is the Assault Galleon, but it also can attack. Right? Am I getting all that right? How does it working like a moving barracks work with it being able to fight? I mean, can it do both at once? Can you be moving, creating units, and fighting with it? Do you need to micro it? Honestly, I've never even tried it before. Are you spending a lot of your time in the game when you're not at the front lines with your Assault Galleons because of all the stuff they're doing? So the Assault Galleon, what is where Mira's units come from? Constantly making units, but the Strike Fighter platform also makes units, Mira's units. And what does the Strike Fighter do? Do Han's units? I just want to point out, by the way, guys, that we had to kill 74 Vipers. If you know what Vipers are like, 74 Vipers is a lot of Vipers, and we killed most of them. They did have a lot of Scourges, which were annoying, but the Vipers can really just ruin everyone's day. So we did a pretty good job there with the Viper kills. Strike Fighter is the airstrike. So what's Han's? How do you create Han's flyer units? those jets. It's too confusing. All right, so let's see. So he leveled up to 10. So in the previous level, his Hellion / Hellbats got some stuff. And now, oh, you got Space Station. This is probably the one that you're actually looking forward to for Han and Horner, right? Space Station? Not yet, bro. It's not the greatest. But it is something. 500 damage to heroic targets, which of course, the harder the level is, the more you have giant hybrids. What are considered heroic in the co-op missions other than the hybrids and things related to the hybrids? Because if I don't have to be using Nova's snipes and my Predator missiles on giant hybrids, that would be fantastic. Motherships, right, or bonus objectives. Okay. Well. Okay. Judas and viewers, I need a short break, not a long one. We'll leave the stream going, but I need to fix my eyes again and quickly hydrate, use the bathroom, so maybe 5-10 minutes. I don't know if Judas can stick around. I hope he can. So it's 6:18 Eastern Standard Time in the morning, assuming Judas doesn't have to leave or something else happens, because there was some Blizzard maintenance stuff going on, we'll be back on no later than 6:30 a.m. It's about 10 minutes from now. Might have to leave the office soon, says Judas. So maybe we get him back on later. So we'll take about 8-10 minutes here, and hopefully we can get one more in with Judas to just see what the space station reallocation looks like. That'll be fun. And then, just as a tease, the next time I have Judas for a bunch of missions, I don't know if that has to be today, tomorrow, next day, whenever, I am going to finally do P3 Nova or other tease. Was it Phoenix? Yeah, Phoenix P1 is really, really interesting. And I like Phoenix a lot more than Judas. He doesn't love Phoenix. But if you know anything about the game, Phoenix is your special unit and your commander, and he's on the field, but you also have lots of champions. And so the disadvantage is that you don't get to use his armor suits a whole lot with that first P1. But all the abilities get faster cooldowns, everything regenerates faster, damage is increased, etc., etc., etc. So you're using him less and you're switching suits for Phoenix, but you're getting more out of them. As I've talked to Judas before, maybe I will play Phoenix in next one or whenever. Well, I'll wait because I gotta take the break. So hang around, guys, for a few minutes, and we will be back on. Okay, 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 okay. I'm sick of wearing my headphones, so I'm gonna see if I can use my speakers without it getting echoey for you guys. Judas, you can tell me if it's echoing. All right. Do we have time for one more? Jesus has to work and I have to rest. Wait, hold on 1 sec, Juice. Hold on 1 sec. Hold on 1 sec. Okay. So Judas wants to keep playing Hide in the Horner even though he doesn't love it. What I love about Judas is, you don't know him, you think he's bragging sometimes, but he's really that good. And it's when I went out for my break. Hold on, guys. When I went out for my break, I was looking back at our first message when we were starting this from 3 hours ago. And Judas was like, dude, don't worry about Brutal Plus, it'll be fine. And then we proceeded to get our asses kicked in 2 Brutal Plus missions. And then I did way better on Brutal. And then I mentioned that it was definitely Brutal Plus. And Judas, 3 hours later, after all that, was like, nah, Brutal Plus is easy, man. He's not bragging. I'm gonna play Phoenix this time, guys, just to change things up. Not Prestige. Alright, let's see. Could try another Brutal Plus. I don't know, man. I haven't played Phoenix in a while. I mean, we can, but if you want to maybe win with me, Brutal's a little safer. Alright, hold on. Let me just get my Phoenix set up real quick and get the screen back to normal order. Okay, so Nova Girl is back. Test. Jesus says, maybe this time will be easier, our luck will be better. I love the optimism. Love the optimism. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Let's see. Phoenix attack speed, energy regeneration. 1713 is the split that I've been told to use. I'm never quite sure what to do with that. Champions, I'm always adjusting this. But I'm gonna put some more into life and shields. I know they get big benefits when they do die, but I need to keep them alive long enough to build up my army. And while attack speed is great, we'll do 15 and 15, and then I don't even worry about chrono boost. I won't have time for it anyway, so just give myself tons of starting supply because I can hopefully get a bunch of Phoenix stuff going. All right, Brutal Plus. Can barely see straight. This has been fun. We won on Brutal. We lost twice on Brutal Plus. Let's see if we can go 2 and 2 today with not my main unit. 3rd time's the charm, says Judas. Judas Priests. Judas Priest. Priest. Preach, priest. Preach. Judas preach. Judas is preaching. The Judas Priest is preaching. Alright. We have 0 dropped frames, by the way. After like 3 hours. Like literally 0.00%. Void shards. Here we go. Alright, let me know what the enemy units are as soon as you have figured it out.
Corporal Faraday here. We're in it deep, Commanders. Amon's summoning void shards in multiple locations around the city. Their activation will result in the city's destruction and catastrophic civilian casualties. We need to destroy those shards.
Gotta destroy that stuff. Alright, let's get some economy going. God, I haven't played Protoss in a while. So I actually don't need a lot of pylons, guys, which is great because I have a huge starting supply, but you still need to build buildings. So that's a thing. And I also have to mine minerals manually, which is also a thing. Structure completes. Structure complete. Alright. Alright, here we go. So what are we gonna build? I don't even know. I don't know what we have yet, but we'll start with the gateway, of course. Let's work on some SimCity here. So the first thing to do is, let's see, how do I want to do it? I already don't like my SimCity.
The enemy approaches. Prepare for battle.
Enemies approaching already. I don't have a Phoenix ready. Great. I better get my workers queued up so I don't have to worry about it, because we're about to get hit by something that I have nothing for.
Your allies' base is besieged.
Alright. Let's see what we got here. I always forget that cybernetics core. Not ideal. Not ideal. But we shall get one of these. And and he's stuck. God damn it. Beautiful. What a waste of time and money.
My Praetor armor is ready for use.
Alright, here we go. At least I have my Praetor armor when they're ready. So what we're gonna do is we are going to get. Why do I have 7 going to?
Of your main objective. Now that void shard needs to be destroyed post haste, Commanders.
I'm gonna need your help with this one, Mira.
All right.
Ready our defenses.
What do we have? Who do we have?
Our are on the march.
Who do we have? Don't know yet. Alright.
Today we fight
The enemy has attacked
together,
our
husband.
allies.
Fine.
More minerals are required. Solarite Dragoon operational.
Alright.
Glory to the Daylon.
Alright, we gotta start getting
Our allies are under
specialized units. Alright, actually no, I need to chrono boost cybernetics core ASAP.
I am the blade of our cannon.
Alright, adepts, big fan.
Your command.
Come on, cybernetics core. We still have some time.
Our forces have finished. Our valor is eternal. our research.
Alright, there we go. What, do I not have money?
We do not have enough minerals.
Oh, okay. What happened to my minerals? Oh shit. See, the problem with Phoenix is just the macro is just ridiculous.
Upgrade complete. You honor me with your presence, Praetor Talus. Incoming enemy strike force. Be ready.
Alright, here we go. Where's my other warp gate?
The firstborn shall persevere.
Your allies are in battle.
Keep an eye on the clock, Commanders.
Alright, allies
Don't
are in
let it run
battle,
out
so I
before
gotta
we
be
destroy
aware
that
of
void
that.
shard.
He's actually gonna be
Our allies' base
needing.
is in need of defense.
Gonna be needing some help here.
Our enemies cannot hide from Praetor
Glory to the
Mojo.
Daemon.
What would you ask of me?
Alright. Let's see, can I get any
Your command.
Alright, it is Zerg, so yeah, that was not ideal. Jesus Christ.
Sure blows up pretty, doesn't it? The
Yeah, it
enemy
blows
will
up
summon
pretty
more
pretty.
soon, guaranteed.
What is shooting at me?
No rest for the righteous. Looks like we've got another set of void shards to deal with.
We have the blade of our talents
Begin the attack.
made manifest.
Oy vey.
So the enemy seeks to attack our base, they will regret it.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Now we're starting to get some stuff going on over here.
Chimeran pirates are taking advantage of the chaos to steal precious resources. Shoot those traitors out of the sky if you can.
I'm gonna need another crystal for sure.
The enemy has attacked our allies.
Alright, so we're gonna start turning out Colossi. I guess I should get some observers too. Whoops. And let's get Warbringer going as well.
Your allies are in battle.
Alright, so I can join him.
Arbiters fly again.
Nope, don't want to go that way.
We have to break apart those shards before they activate.
I hit the Solar Dragoon thing, but it didn't do anything.
Pirate ship neutralized. Nothing
Alright.
worse than pirates and traitors.
Fuck, hold on guys. Hold on. This is a problem with it. Okay.
Our allies are under assault.
Alright, so let's see. Where's my thing?
Research complete.
Sorry, been a while since I did this.
No time for romance, husband. Enemies are on the way.
Your allies are in battle.
Alright, where are they in battle? They're in battle over here. Oh, I lost all my fucking... I lost all my support units. Great. Awesome.
Our forces have finished upgrading. The enemy is using cloaked units. They cannot hide from our detectors.
Whoops. Not what I wanted to do.
Tear down those shards.
Well, I don't have any energizers, so I really can't do anything else, unfortunately.
Our forces have finished. Our allies are...
Yeah, and I'm gonna lose another game with all my units and look horrible on Brutal. Because I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing.
The enemy has attacked our allies.
They keep summoning shards, and we keep sending them back.
Alright, here we go.
Sometimes your destructive power impresses even me.
Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. What are they doing? What are they sending over at me?
Our allies are under assault. Without hesitation.
Multiple void shards are active on the field. Eliminate them with extreme prejudice.
Hierarch.
Jesus Christ.
Our enemies are picking up the pace. Expect them soon.
I get away with a single proxy pylon?
Caldalis, ready your blades.
Woof! Woof! And I'm over here doing not what I should be doing. Over here doing not what I want to be doing. Yeah, my macro is too slow for what Phoenix is doing. Where is he? He's over here, okay. Alright, we'll see what we can do.
These wretched pirates are about to get a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. Take them out.
Woof. Woof. What is that laser thing coming after me? I have no idea what I'm doing. Sorry, guys.
Countdown showing that void shards are going to activate soon. That's not good. Not today, Amon. We'll obliterate every void shard you stick in the ground.
This is what I do.
Come on, kill this guy at least. Kill this guy. Kill him, 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 kill him.
Oh look, something's coming to murder us again.
Excellent work, Commanders. That void shard is toast.
Ah, the thrill of battle.
Things are almost back under control.
Get me out of here!
Group of void shards.
Get me out of here!
Take back our city.
I don't even know if I got any units. I got any units out? I got some units out.
Your warriors have engaged the carrier. Our allies are under assault.
Uh-oh. Back this way. Nope, back this way. Back this way. Alright. Mass adepts.
The firstborn.
Are they beamed in? They're beamed in. I've got what I'm basically gonna get. We're gonna get carriers going.
Your allies are in battle.
They are. Is he scouting or is he attacking? I can't tell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is not a joke.
You must construct additional pylons.
Glory to the
Our allies are under assault.
Alright, here we go. I guess we're going for the final here. We're going for the final bit. Whoop, nope, 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 not this way. Not this way.
Bonus objective expiring.
Initiating fleet maneuvers.
The enemy comes for our base.
See, come on, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
Running out of time.
God, I have horrible lag.
Reputations are well earned. These void shards are dropping like flies.
My warriors never falter. The enemy has attacked our allies.
All right, well, we may win this, but it won't be because I did anything particularly great.
The enemy will fear my blades.
I got no units left, so except for Phoenix, and now he's dead.
To repair my Praetor armor.
Now that's what I like to see. Void shard terminated.
Our forces have finished upgrading.
Right. Now I must say my goodbyes, Mira. It's been fun.
Did what I could, man. Did what I could. Did what I could. Thanks, Judas. We did win. I know you have to go. Just give me just 2 minutes of your time. I'll let you go. But do you see how with Phoenix, which I'm clearly way less experienced at, but with the supply and the speed of building and the cheapness of it, if you can get up to like 150, 160 supply quickly, and then as long as I can keep some of my energizers alive, I'm gonna have to build more proxy pylons. I can then rebuild, you know, like I was able to throw some power at some of the void shards, even though I wasn't happy with my play. But I guess it worked. Did you think we were gonna win that with the final 4 that were left? There were nukes, you couldn't build anything outside of base. Right. Yeah, so the nukes was the thing. What was the big red laser that kept shooting me from off screen? That was the thing that really screwed with me. And I was wondering if I should have been there. They have a laser drill? I didn't know bad guys have a laser drill. One of the mutators. Oh. I guess I should have been using the what's it called? The Cybros Arbiter suit to jump around more, right? I mean, as soon as I get targeted by the laser drill, should I have just immediately jumped using the Cybros suit to get out of that area? I did see you go back to the base a few times to get away from it, I guess so. So I probably should just jumped back to the base rather than try and run from it with my mostly slow units. Yeah, no, you did the right thing. I mean, in theory, Colossus and Carriers supported by a whole bunch of adepts should have been fine for this, but again, the build order and speed and control for me on this needs a ton of work. But you can probably see what I was trying to do. The biggest problem was just that no matter how many energizers I built, they would go quickly. The little guardian shield thing or whatever they do is helpful. I know it only blocks like 35% of damage, but I dropped a lot of that, and I was trying to drop the shield on you and so forth. Yeah, I definitely wasn't going to keep constantly pushing, especially with seeing you being cautious about it. And I guess I have to count myself lucky for keeping that second base. Cool. Okay, well, maybe we have a weird synergy here with you, Horner, and me and Phoenix. I guess if anything, I should have just gone to Carriers earlier. The problem is with Phoenix, between all the buildings, and he's got a bazillion upgrades because the champions have upgrades, and the units have upgrades, and there's the normal upgrades for Protoss, and you have to use SCVs for gas. Carrier's too slow. Okay. Well, that's good. I never really had more than 3 or 4. I actually like the Scout a lot, but it's good against specific things. But I tend to do. I tend to think that. I mean, you need energizers for a few reasons, obviously. But in terms of the champions, everything I've read and everything I've done say that the Immortal and Colossus, Warbringer, and Taldarin or whatever are the 2 most important and best of the 6 champions. And so if all need big ground attack, both splash and heavy, a mix of Immortals and Colossus, but you do have to support them and keep rebuilding those the adepts. But Talus is a great champion. And the fact that your adepts in this game attack faster and attack air and ground, unlike in Versus where they're a bit slower and they can only attack ground, is big. And Talus gets tons of bonuses with having more adepts. So if anything, I wish I could have just warped in more adepts. I think I had 7 gateways by the end, warp gates. AoE Zerg. Yeah, as soon as you said Zerg, I immediately started producing Colossi and get Warbringer. I mean, I prioritized specifically everything having to do with Warbringer and the Colossus when it had to do with the thing. But their Vipers, of course, just pulled. I hate that. It's one thing for Colossi to be able to get attacked by air units. That makes sense because of how tall they are. I like that. But Vipers should not be able to so easily pull a Colossus. A Colossus is considered a massive unit. It can break barriers and force fields and so forth. And you and I have talked about this. If a unit is truly a massive unit, it needs a few things. And Viper, with its tongue grabbing a Colossus, which must weigh like 90,000 tons, and is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous power. It's OP. Vipers just piss me off. So what if they're close to battlecruiser size? They're still skinny and have long skinny tongues. I mean, at least make it harder to drag them, or you need 2 Vipers or something. But 1 Viper to just go across the screen with the tongue and grab a Colossus. And the Colossus has no chance at that point. And there's no attack. Is there any defense specifically against the tongue of the Viper? Like, once the Viper's tongue comes out to harpoon, there's nothing you can do, right? You can't. Right. So that's another thing. So if disruptors take a few seconds to go off, and you have all these powerful weapons that you have to wait a few seconds, for them to go off or to reload, like Widow Mines and so forth, make the Viper thing take longer and be more defensible. Yeah, everyone hates them. Ugh. Every time I see a Viper, I get a mixture of scared and annoyed and frustrated, even before anything happened. But I was able to keep a few Colossi in the field, and so I guess that with my big group of adepts and energizers with the shields, fact that you said you were hiding behind me, I did not notice it at the time because I was trying to contribute my share, so I'm glad I was at least able to do that. And I did get 37% of the kills, which isn't so bad. It's 60 APM. Judas got 63% with 70 APM. Just really quickly, you killed 273 with mag mines. So almost half your kills were mag mines, and a quarter of your kills were Hellions. So next time we play, and you play Honda Horner, you'll have to describe to me how you're creating so many Hellions and getting so many kills with them. The rest of your kills were your top bar and then Wraiths, which I hadn't really seen you use before. No one uses Wraiths in the single player. They're not in versus. Vikings is the unit. I'd be curious, like, when you decide to use Vikings and when you decide to use Wraiths. I noticed you scouting with Wraiths at one point, I think. That makes sense. Sort of using them the way that a handful of Banshees will be used by Terran players in versus. Maybe that's what you're doing with Wraiths, a little harassment. Oh, you weren't scouting? Oh, okay. I thought in that final thing I saw one or two cloaked Wraiths going ahead of the pack to open up the map. Vision, sorry. That's what... Yeah. I just meant opening up the map. I didn't mean just scouting the enemy. Yeah, I meant opening up the map by sending them ahead of the call downs in the bigger, slower units. So that makes total sense. Crazily though, there was 26 Vipers on this. Our last mission had 3 times that many, but that shows you the difference between Brutal Plus and Brutal. Because we killed 75 Vipers easily on Brutal, and 26 Vipers give at least me a hard time here. So as I thank you and let you go, because I know you got to go to work, final question is there a stat for how much more powerful bad guys get between hard, brutal, brutal plus, etc., or whatever? Wait, you got off from work? Did you just get freed from work right now? Oh. You were playing at the office? That's awesome. Do you have to hide it? Have you ever gotten caught? I won't tell anyone. Usually, yes. Okay. Well, I need a break anyways. I believe you mentioned it can take a while for you to get home. Are you going to go back on to the server when you get home? Weaseled my way out of going, says Judas. Most people are off for an event. Yeah, that makes sense. So, if people aren't coming to work, just give people the rest of the day off. So, I don't know how long it'll take you to get home and if you want to play more, but I certainly am going to be playing as much as I can this weekend. Okay. So you said it's 7 p.m. there. So are you thinking, what, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., midnight your time? What time are you thinking? This is a great development that Judas got off work. Mostly just got off work. 9 p.m. sounds good to me, I guess. Okay, well, no rush. So it's 7 there. It's also 7 here. It's 7 a.m. here, so that makes it easy. So 7 p.m. It's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard, which means it's 11 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So between 2 and 3 hours from now, guys. I mean, I might play some Nova and do some other stuff, but hopefully Judas will be back on. So, all right, man. Well, thanks again. I hope to see you in a few hours. But either way, I really appreciate it. And you live. Judas says it's 7 p.m. Friday here. I live in the future. How's the future, by the way? How's the future? Is the future okay? 12 hours from now? I guess you're still around, so it can't be horrible. Very bleak. Uh-oh, we've got apocalypse coming in the next 12 hours, guys. Get ready. Get all your canned goods and get into your shelters. Well, I'm glad we ended up 2 and 2. We played 3 Brutal Plus and 1 Brutal, and we went 2 and 2. I feel pretty good about that. So, even though I got 0 important experience points for any of that, it was It was great. I'm glad you're leveling. Congratulations. And I will see you later on at some point. Wait, Judas adds, the raw fish in the ocean starting to look like baked fish now. Oh no. So the oceans are actually cooking. The oceans are baking and cooking. But on the positive side, guys, if you live near a large body of water, you can save on your electricity and gas bill and just cook in the oceans, which are boiling. Can I make hard-boiled eggs? Is it like a rolling boil? I guess if there's a rolling boil in the ocean, that would be like Amon in hybrid level apocalypse. By the way, really quick, Judas. One thing that State and Tasteless talked about during the GSLs was that one thing that we missed from Warcraft 2 is water, and what water units would look like on a StarCraft map, and that got me thinking that could be cool, because that was one of the most fun parts of Warcraft 2. Obviously, this is space, so it's a little different. So, all right, I'll let you go. Go get home safe, and enjoy. Thanks everyone for the stream. We're gonna take a little bit of an extended break here. We'll be back on a bit. Judas, thank you again. Mr. Mensk, enjoy the cigar. Zealots with floats. Zealots with floats around their arms? Water wings? Are you talking about water wings? Like babies wear in pools? Are you talking about water wings? I don't know if he left. I think he's talking about water wings on Zealots. Oh my god. That's an amazing image. I'm never going to be able to stop thinking about that. I wish I was an artist. I gotta hit up a StarCraft artist to see if I get that designed. Good call. Alright, man. I'll see you later. Thank you again, Judas Priests. Armor looks too heavy to swim. Yeah, so they're as useless as regular Zealots. So what do charge lots with water wings look like? Do charge lots, do they just sink faster, or they swim really fast and then they sink? Oh man, I'm not gonna stop thinking about this. That's hilarious. Judas is a hilarious dude, guys. Lucky to be able to have him on the stream. So, okay, well, that was it says 2.5 hours. Man, but on that level of difficulty, I felt like 5 hours. I think we'll cut the stream here now, in about an hour or two, before Judas comes back on. I'll come back on solo and do maybe some Nova Prestige leveling. Maybe do a little single player, maybe do a little versus, which I've been afraid to show you guys my versus. I mean, I play against the AI. I can play on hard, actually, against AI, which, you know, again, hard is... The thing about StarCraft is you have players like Judas and the professionals who are so good that they see hard as easy, and they need to play brutal plus and so forth to get a real challenge. For me, as a just slightly above average gamer and someone who's played StarCraft for a long time, hard is the perfect level, but regular brutal is becoming okay for me. But when it comes to the single player campaign, especially the first one, the Terran one, is really, really difficult. And even beating some missions on normal is hard. So people ask me, is StarCraft hard? I said, well, if you're good at it or you've played it a lot, then you can adapt and slowly get better. If you're new to it, and especially if you're new to the real-time strategy genre, basically add 2 levels of difficulty to whatever it says on screen. So if the single-player mission says it's easy, expect it to be borderline hard, and sometimes even really hard. It definitely normal is hard, and hard is very, very hard. Judas, I believe, has left, but he is doing a brutal run through the Terran campaign, Doing brutal runs through the campaigns is something some of the streamers I follow do, and I like watching. So we're going to try and get some of, if I can broadcast it, Judas doing brutal on the Terran campaign, because in some ways it's even harder than playing at that level on co-op, especially because you're by yourself and you've got all these crazy goals and stuff keeps, StarCraft 2, it never stops. I mean, there's always a fire to put out, and then 2 fires to put out, and then 3 fires to put out. So playing brutal solo is not something I'm going to do, but maybe I'll play hard on the AI. I normally play Protoss like most low to mid-level players. It's very hard to get good at Zerg and Terran compared to Protoss, or at least to go from good to really good is tough. It's almost impossible to be a great Protoss, as we see with only like 2 or 3 good Protoss players in the world. But the lower levels and mid levels, you see a lot of Protoss players because they are powerful, and you can harass early with a handful of powerful units and just win, or at least distract long enough to get your economy going. Zerg, you have so many things like spreading the creep and evolving stuff and a million units, and having to take over as much of the map as fast as possible, as much as possible. And Terrans, if you watch the competitive stuff, and I highly recommend watching the GSLs, the Global StarCraft League that just happened in Korea. They're always amazing. It's mostly Koreans. There's some non-Koreans, but it is a global premier event. And Maru, the best StarCraft player ever, just won his 7th GSL. No one else has won more than 4. It's been going on for 13 years, since the beginning of StarCraft 2. And not only has Maru won 7, but he won 4 in a row in 2018, 2019, and has now won, I believe, 3. He's now won 3 in a row. He's won the last 3. But great matchups. Terrans are particularly strong right now. Terran versus Terran, not everybody loves. And what I was saying about why Terran is hard to get really good at, as even a good player, is that just what they call the Sim City, the physical building of the base where you place your barracks and your supply depots, because you're trying to wall off stuff. Zerg's spreading so fast, and they've got creep and other advantages on the creep. They don't really need to focus on completely walling off. Protoss, some players wall off everything, some just wall off sort of the main base or the secondary base with the main base, but Terrans wall off everything, and it's part of the strategy that you use with the various buildings and the supply depots, and the supply depots go up and they come down and whatever. And so not only is the sort of standard macro of Terran difficult at super hard, super fast, super advanced levels, like when you watch the pros, in terms of building and maintaining and expanding an economy, but just the physical movement of the buildings, and constantly during the game, the other players attacking your command centers, and they can fly, but it's slow, so you raise them and you lower them, and you're using slow, powerful units like Liberators and tanks to hold neutral territory, and you need to be great at micro. And while the best Protoss players like Hero are excellent micro at single and small groups of units, both sort of in the early part of the game where you're just harassing, and then in the big fights as well when he's on his game. He's not been great lately. As Hero, who's my favorite player, the best Protoss in the world, from Korea. But in Zerg, you just have so many units that while at certain points you need to micro powerful spellcasting units like Vipers that we've been talking shit about and so forth, that ones that have individual abilities, you need some microing, but you can build 400 Zerglings compared to 200 Marines or 100 Zealots. I mean, you can just, if you're just constantly expanding with creep and bases with the Zerg, and you can just keep building tons of cheap units throughout the games. It's sort of what you see if you watch these co-ops, almost not Nova and not Phoenix, but most of the commanders, definitely all the Zerg commanders, but even some of the Protoss and definitely some of the Terrans like Menks and so forth, it's just about throwing tons of cheap units and showing tons of cheap units and tons of cheap units. It's not my favorite thing to do, but Zergs can do that. Terrans have to be able to do a little bit of everything and do it really, really, really well. And I've never been a Zerg player, so because of all those things, I sort of default to Protoss, and I just love the Protoss race and their story, and well, there are certain units that either are dumb and unnecessarily hard to use and undependable, like the Disruptor, for example, and things could be a little cheaper and could be a little faster, or like maybe we give the Mortal, a shadow cannon so you can shoot in the air. They have very bad anti-air, and air Protoss units aren't great either, so you don't have a lot of options for taking out air units. So there's a lot of problems with getting really good at Protoss, because you have to also get good at very hard to manage units, specifically Disruptors, but also, if you have a few Colossi, not getting them sucked up by Vipers, or making sure that they're always dancing in the back and, shooting their big beam and not going ahead of the army. So it's a lot of macro and micro, and so forth. So I don't know, maybe I will do a little bit versus. I should probably practice a little bit first, but anyways, thank you all. Most of you are on YouTube, because I put the good stuff on YouTube, and you guys seem to be enjoying it. So thank you. I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and thank you, and keep supporting, subscribe, like, add a comment. As long as it's not vulgar or straight up offensive, you can really say whatever you want. Someone was like, oh, Nova used to be hotter in the original design. I was like, okay. That's not why I play Nova, or think she's cool necessarily. Well, maybe it's one of the reasons she's cool. I mean, Kerrigan's sexy too, even when she's super zergified. It's Trisha Helfer's voice, so come on. But yeah, you can just leave comments, just don't be offensive, and share and distribute. But I'm trying to be doing this more regularly, because when I was doing a ton of StarCraft videos during the ESL Summer Masters in Sweden, May, June, which I also highly recommend. Again, the ESLs, the GSLs, it's all on YouTube, and there's either few or no ads to watch them, and it's just the matches for the most part, not all the waiting time, and you get to you start finding the players that you start to really like yourself, and you watch them. Like I started with Hero, and I was like, oh, Maro's the villain, and Hero's the hero. But then I was like, oh, I actually really love Maro too, and I was like, whoa, I really love Maro. He's fucking brilliant. I love the Korean players. Dark, who's their best Zerg player, who lost to Maro in the finals about 24 hours ago, but valiant effort. He's great. The Koreans are super fun to watch, but there's a lot of great players in Europe as well. And some of the best players, a handful of the best players, are from Europe. Cyril and Raynor, who are Zerg, Clem, who's a Terran, and a few others. It's not just Koreans who have dominated for the last 25 plus years, StarCraft Brood War, and StarCraft 2. But anyways, I did a lot of videos during those ESLs, and I got lots of hits, and because of work and other things, I wasn't able to maintain the consistency and do, as many game coverages as I wanted to, but I got a lot of hits on the games I did cover: Maro vs. Raynor, Clem vs. Hero, and so forth. So I'm going to try and do some videos as well for the best of the GSL matches that just happened. For sure, I'll do at least some of the finals between Dark and Maro. They always play epically long games, like 30 minutes per game. But the semifinals, where Cure, who's another great Terran Korean player, was up 2-0 on Maro, and looking like Maro was once again going to lose in the semifinals or finals, and something he should win because he is the best when he's playing at his best. And then he had an amazing comeback, 3 straight, for the reverse sweep against Cure. So that'll probably be the first one I do, because I want to promote the GSLs. This one was crowdfunded. They were going to cancel it. Blizzard wasn't going to support it because of the mess at Activision and Blizzard. And it was all online in the first season, which was earlier in the year. But this season they were able to get enough money to get 16. Their top 16 live, and while they were rounds of 3s instead of rounds of 5s, and rounds of 5s where they should have been rounds of 7s, I'm not going to complain. It was a very good tournament. StarCraft is definitely dipping in popularity, but it always has a big following. and spikes at times when you don't expect it to. And I think this GSL was very well received. It was flawless coverage as always. Like physically, they make it a big spectacle in Korea because it's an unofficial national sport there. And so I actually like watching the spectacle stuff, but you can go right to the games too if you want to. You definitely need to, if you watch the GSLs with the Koreans where they're translating, they do these interviews with the two players before they go at before they play their, 3 or 5 or 7. Well, not the 3, but like the later rounds where they're playing 5 or 7 games. So you'll have like Dark and Maru or Hero, whatever, and they interview them, and they're specifically trying to get the players to talk shit about each other, which is great. I love shit talking because I'm a big sports fan from Philadelphia with family from New York, so we do a lot of sports shit talking. Koreans, they just embrace it openly. And actually, most of the Korean players are friends or friendly with one another. And guys who could be total divas, like Maru, is one of the most loved by other players. When he could just say, F you, I'm better than you all. You just see the players like each other. And so it actually makes the shit talking less threatening, but also more fun because they can say really ridiculous things to one another because they know they're just joking. But when the Korean players get in front of that computer and the clock's about to start running and the countdown timer, they are insanely competitive and insanely good. There's a reason why at all times 50 to 80% of the best players in the world of all the StarCrafts are Korean. So I can't recommend the GSLs high enough, and hopefully I can help that by doing some coverage. So, okay, well, thank you all for watching. We'll cut this off right before 3 hours. Want to thank Judas again, who's hopefully on his way home and won't hit too much traffic in Kuala Lumpur on the other side of the world, where the oceans are broiling apparently. I have finally a couple days here where I can do a bunch of videos. So if I can manage to get some sleep and not just get totally insane from lack of sleep and constantly making content, which is a struggle I'm always fighting against or fighting for, depending on how you look at it. Doing a lot more of these, hopefully with Judas, but also covering some of the great games and series between the best players in the world over the last 2 months with the Esports League Masters in June in Sweden, and then just ended over the course of the last few weeks, and just ended yesterday with the semifinals and finals with the GSLs in Korea, which even though it's in Korean, it's mostly Koreans. It is the most competitive, and you can try out for it. And some of the best non-Korean players have competed in the event and even made it a few rounds. But there's something about Koreans playing in Korea. They're very comfortable playing in front of their own people in their own country at live events, which can freak some players out in general. But when it's Koreans at live events in Korea and they're playing against guys who are mostly their friends, but not always, they don't just get super competitive, they get super creative. There's some great articles out there, maybe I'll post, about how every time it looks like StarCraft's gonna die, not from a viewership standpoint, but just from like a lack of creativity or new ideas, a whole new meta will arise, and it almost always comes out of Korea from a collection of the best individual players, and then of course their own ladder they're playing with, but specifically as players. And right now, over the last year or so, Terrans have emerged between the last big patch earlier in the year and new maps. Terrans have emerged as totally dominant. It's generally Zerg over the last few years in Korea, and in general, just numerically who win. Certainly you don't get a ton of Terran versus Terran, whereas now we get tons of Terran versus Terran. Protoss have short periods of being good, but it's been many years since Protoss have had a long run of being good. But there's just something really celebratory and fun, and it's spectacle and great competition in Korea. So check out the GSLs, easy to find. Just type 2023 GSL in YouTube and you'll see them all. They're well labeled, they're in English. The casters, Tasteless and State and Artosis, and those guys are hilarious and totally get Korean culture, but also are confused by similar things that we're confused by when we see, Asian pop culture. And they just do a great job of bridging it, but mostly for the games, which are spectacular. I mean, there's certain players like Maru, Dark, Hero, Cure, Gumiho these days, Solar, who's another Zerg, Byun, legendary Terran player. A bunch of old guys are back from the army, which is mandatory in Korea, and good again, and playing really good against one another, and doing great around the world. But we'll see how much longer StarCraft can survive. It just turned 13, by the way. Happy 13th birthday to StarCraft 2. It's been 26 years, I believe, total for StarCraft. I don't know how many more years it can go. I hope Microsoft immediately starts making StarCraft 3 or more expansions for StarCraft 2. I'd be cool with either or both. But they still have to get full control of the company. So until then, it's really up to the viewers and the fans like us to keep making content, watching content, commenting on content. Not just me, but the real big content, full-time StarCraft content providers who are mostly across the board. Zombie Grub, Pig, Loco. I mean, there's Rotterdam, men and women from around the world do great coverage of it. Even in this period of kind of it being sort of a fringe cult thing. But I think if we can keep it going for another year or two and Microsoft can get their feet under them, we know Microsoft loves doing RTSs, see all the Age of Empires games, Halo Wars. I mean, they love RTS at Microsoft. And I think them not talking about StarCraft at all, other than little hints, while this long process of acquiring Activision Blizzard is going on, is partly because they don't want to make promises to people like us that they won't be able to follow through with until it's like legally their property and they can say, okay, let's take a look at Blizzard. Can we do more StarCraft? I'm pretty sure they want to do more StarCraft, but they're not going to say anything until like the fall when they have it. So there's another GSL season. There's 3 a year. There's one in the fall, and then there's another big esports league, ESL, in the winter, which is in Atlanta, USA. Go USA. And then the big, huge World Championship, the one that's considered like the yearly gold medal, like you get to be called the world champion, is the Intel Extreme Masters, also known as IEM, in Katowice, Poland, which has gone from a cool little side StarCraft location to a mecca of StarCraft, and the place of all places. We've got Koreans and French and Dutch and Americans and Mexicans and Brazilians and Chinese, and the place they all meet in the middle of the fucking winter is Poland, in like 30 degrees below zero, covered in 5 feet of snow, and they just play StarCraft at the IEM, which is normally, I believe, in February. That actually caps off the year. So the season is 2023, 2024. So IEM Katowice in February of next year, which is 6-7 months from now, will be the big gold medal. And the big story this last year that really helped rejuvenate whatever rejuvenation has happened in the last few months, which statistically we can see is the case with StarCraft, is definitely at least partially due to the not just the victory, but the unbelievably exciting underdog dark horse road to victory, full of tons of comebacks and late impossible wins by Oliveira, who used to be known as Time from China, who already was probably the best Chinese player ever, because there aren't a ton of great Chinese players at the moment, although it's increasing. They changed the name to Oliveira, and then this past February in Poland, in Katowice, at IEM, and this is what really got me into competitive StarCraft 2. I hadn't really followed since the Brood War days way back. I knew the big names like Maru and Hero and so forth, but I wasn't really watching it. But the Oliveira's run, where in the quarterfinals he was down 2-0 to Raynor, who's one of the top 3 Zerg players in the world, Italian Zerg, came back to win 3-2. And then he beat Hero, whooped Hero, who's like known to be the guy who figured out how to beat Zerg these days with Protoss, has a ridiculously good record against Zerg as a Protoss. but also was excellent against Terrans as a Protoss player. Hero got whooped in the semis at Katowice by Oliveira, and then in epic finale where he whooped Maru, we've been talking about, and it was really a turning point in Maru's career, because he had just come off winning his 5th or 6th GSL in Korea, and then he gets to the finals against this Chinese guy who he never took very seriously, I don't think, and it was just broken. It's worth watching those matches in that cast of Oliveira versus Maru in the Katowice finals from this past February, 7-game series. Not because all the games are beautiful, because Oliveira whoops Maru, who never gets whooped. He does lose, and Maru, has had trouble winning live events outside of Korea, but he still almost always gets to the quarter, semis, or finals, even if he does go out before he wins the whole thing, unlike in Korea, where apparently now he just wins every Korean event. But he sort of broke Maru's spirit and momentum in a way you've never really seen before. And Oliveira is just a young, exciting, charismatic personality, and the whole story was great. It was in the newspapers, and it was really the first big exciting StarCraft esport occurrence or event in quite a while, and we need more of those, and so some of the European players are quite charismatic, like Rainer and Clem from France, but the Koreans are ultimately the most interesting, sort of just personality-wise, but there's the language and cultural barrier. If you're North American or European, you can obviously relate to North American European players in a way that takes more effort with Koreans. But hopefully the resurgence in Europe and definitely resurgence in Korea, despite the sort of financial difficulties of keeping the GSLs going, will keep this momentum going long enough to get StarCraft back on the map under Microsoft, but that's at least a few months away, so there's my long ending blurb there, because I'm too tired to play without a break, and I'll be back on, but goddamn, I could talk StarCraft forever. So again, thanks to Judas, thanks to the watchers, people who jumped on Twitch, especially YouTubers out there. So let me stop the stream so I can export it to YouTube and do a little editing and make it available, and we will see you back on later. Peace.